Gracias por haber venido a acompañarnos en la brigada. Se ve que el problema es serio en términos de la pérdida de visión en el sur de Honduras. ¿A qué tú le achacas eso?
Bueno, el reciente estudio que se hizo de ceguera en Honduras se encontró que la mayoría de la gente arriba de los 50 años que tienen ceguera, alrededor del 57% debido a cataratas no tratadas. Y de esas cataratas, las razones que la mayoría de la gente da es por la principal es el acceso a los recursos. La segunda causa puede decirse que es desconocimiento del problema. La tercera es temores, mitos o tabúes al respecto de la cirugía de catarata. Pero básicamente es el acceso a los recursos económicos lo que limita que la gente pueda acudir en forma temprana a realizarse un examen de la vista y poderse hacer una cirugía si lo requiere. Son costosos el acceso, y entonces mucha gente son de muy escasos recursos económicos. Se puede decir que la segunda causa de ceguera en personas mayores de 50 es el glaucoma. Tenemos una alta prevalencia, alrededor del 20%. Y como otra causa se puede descubrir los errores refractivos, ¿verdad? Afortunadamente las tres primeras causas, bueno, la cirugía es reversible, ¿verdad? La catarata, se puede revertir el estado de ceguera. En el glaucoma, pues si no podemos curarlo, pues podemos controlarlo y podemos prolongar el tiempo de visión de las personas, ¿verdad? Y no hay problema. Y con los errores refractivos, pues la solución yo creo que es un poquito más fácil todavía, ¿verdad? Pero con un impacto económico mayor, ¿eh? Así que las tres tienen que ver con la situación económica de las personas. Y bueno, misiones como esta ayudan en varios aspectos de eso. Se viene a hacer cirugía de catarata, se da tratamiento para el glaucoma, se diagnostica, vemos pacientes que vienen por primera vez a una consulta oftalmológica sin haber sido visto antes y se detecta glaucoma y ya podemos, por lo menos ya a partir de ahí, demostrar a la persona que tiene un problema. Y afortunadamente también hay lentes para los errores refractivos, entonces se pueden cumplir con esas tres principales causas de ceguera.
La institución para la cual tú trabajas ahora es una institución de caridad.
Sí, es una organización sin fines de lucro, ¿verdad? Que se encarga de ofrecer a la población acceso a los recursos, al servicio oftalmológico a un bajo costo, para que no existan esas barreras, ¿verdad? Y el paciente que no puede, la misma institución se encarga de ofrecer recursos incluso gratuitos.
Can you summarize what he said in English?
I'm going to do the whole thing.
Okay.
Hablan un poquito de cómo está la situación en términos del lado de suplir oftalmólogos y profesionales para arreglar el problema en Honduras.
Bueno, en Honduras tenemos hay alrededor de 5 escuelas de medicina, públicas y privadas, y de ellas solo una cuenta con un programa especializado en entrenamiento en oftalmología, de los cuales está en la capital, en Tegucigalpa. Se gradúan aproximadamente 3 oftalmólogos anuales, ¿verdad? Para el resto del país. Se va distribuyendo, ¿verdad? Cada quien escoge su destino. Y no tenemos no tenemos fellowship, solo programa de oftalmología general, ¿verdad? Y pues creo que ahí va el futuro, ¿verdad? A tratar de capacitar un poco más personas, más oftalmólogos. No tenemos escuela de optometría. Hay una escuela, la clínica del Progreso tiene una escuela de asistentes técnicos oftalmológicos, que es una gran herramienta, forma parte de un equipo oftálmico. Si ustedes han podido ver, muchos de ellos nos han cooperado aquí, nos han apoyado, ¿verdad? Son gente muy eficiente, ¿verdad? Misiones como esta o en el trabajo diario en la clínica oftalmológica son fundamentales.
¿Cuál es la población de Honduras?
Pues la población ahorita anda alrededor de los 8 millones de...
8 millones. ¿Cuántos oftalmólogos tú estimas? Uno por cada millón. En los Estados Unidos se promedia que uno por cada 20.000 personas en Estados Unidos es lo que sería satisfactorio. O sea que uno por cada millón es increíble. So we're going to start in English. just a second. So we're here in Honduras in the 2015 brigade, and we're very lucky to have a Honduran ophthalmologist, and we're discussing the problem of blindness and reversible blindness in Honduras. In your estimation, why do we have such a serious problem in Honduras with people losing sight?
Well, in the last survey of blindness in Honduras, we found the prevalence of blinded people over 15 years is due to cataract, and the second cause is due to glaucoma, and the third cause is refractive errors. Most of these people, the people with cataract, they say they cannot access to the ophthalmic service because are expensive, and our people are very poor. So this is the main limitation for the people. With the glaucoma, because at the beginning of the disease is asymptomatic, you can see in vision like this. Most of the people with glaucoma, they don't have idea they have the disease. So we can start the treatment, and unfortunately you can see that most of the people who came here, they came with very severe glaucoma, and with the refractive error, well, this mission trying to give glasses for these people. So the wonderful thing from reversible blindness is we can do some, but they are expensive in our country. So thanks to this organization, we can help a little bit, but we can do a lot. Yeah.
So a lot of people in the U.S. will wonder, why can't the Honduran people take care of it themselves? Can you tell me a little bit about ratios, like how many ophthalmologists you have per capita in Honduras?
Well, we are about one ophthalmologist per 8 million Hondurans.
Yeah, that is very low, considering in the U.S. it's the expected number is about one ophthalmologist per 20,000 people. So there's a severe shortage. You've been with us for a week now, and you've done quite a bit of beautiful surgeries, and we have collaborated. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience seeing? You work for a non-profit organization, so you're used to seeing a lot of eye disease. What were your experience when you came to San Lorenzo? Can you describe a little bit what you saw?
In here in San Lorenzo? Yeah. Well, in here, old people, hard cataract, very advanced cataract. It's a small indication that these people doesn't have access to ophthalmic service. It's a little bit different in the north because the cataract are not so dense or hard because they have the clinic in the Proyecto. But in here it's different. In here these people doesn't eye clinic. We don't have eye clinic, public eye clinic or cheap eye clinic, just private practice. And in Tegucigalpa is the main hospital with ophthalmic service for the whole country. Yeah. And the difference in here is the south of the country is very poor. It's different from the north, it's different from the center of the country. So most of the people in here are very poor.
Can you give that answer to the San Lorenzo question in Spanish?
Bueno, la diferencia es que aquí en el sur del país la gente es muy pobre, es bien diferente a la gente del norte. La gente del norte tiene un poquito de más acceso. La clínica del Progreso les da acceso a un servicio oftálmico y las cataratas que llegan allá no son cataratas tan avanzadas, los glaucomas se pueden tratar a tiempo, incluso y los errores refractivos. Aquí en el San Lorenzo el único lugar más cercano y público es la capital, que está a 2 horas y media, ¿verdad? Pero la mayoría de la gente es tan pobre que no puede acceder a ellos y podemos ver que los casos que vienen son casos muy avanzados, ¿verdad? Incluso glaucoma y errores refractivos que jamás han sido tratados.
My experience during this brigade is that every third or fourth patients is bilaterally blind from a reversible disease.
Yeah.
The number of 57% is just staggering to me. So 57% of patients who are blind could get rid of their ailment and be productive for society if cataract surgery was done. It seems to me that as a whole, as a country, it would be very difficult to move forward without fixing the vision crisis. Every time you have someone who cannot see, becomes marginalized and unable to contribute to society, and I would assume they also need a caretaker. Can you talk to me about what you see, the impact of cataracts in people's lives?
No, it's very high. It's very hard because if you see, not all the people in here are productive because they are blind, they are old, but we have young people too with cataract. Well, as you can see yesterday and the day before yesterday, young people with bilateral cataract, and they are blind, not productive. And so the impact is very high because we are poor. If a family is poor, and the male of the family, the man of the family is blind, they can get money for support the family. So the impact of the cataract surgery in only one eye is very high. It's very great. It's nice because it gives you the opportunity to be more productive. If you done the other eye, you can be more productive. So one of the great things of cataract surgery is you can, this is a surgery with less expensive and make a great impact in the productivity of the people.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see people with completely dense cataracts that render them unable to see anything but shadows, and yet there is a quiet acceptance of this condition. They just feel like it's part of life. Tomorrow we're going to have...
Most of the people think that get blind, get old and blind is part of the life. It's normal. But after somebody heard that I was operated by cataract, I can see again, so they are motivated to come in. And every year you can see most people came looking for help the eye problem.
Yeah, so I've seen the same thing. It seems to me like it's not just the person you operate on that you change their lives. They can actually go back and tell everybody there is an answer, there's a solution.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're holding a press conference, and I'm hoping that we can actually get the media to start a campaign to teach people that this is something reversible and have them act on it. The other thing that I found heartbreaking is the amount of end-stage glaucoma. The amount of glaucoma where patients are going to go blind any day.
High prevalence in Honduras. About 21%.
21%. In the general population, in the U.S., the risk of glaucoma is about 1 to 2.1%. So it's tenfold, and yet they have limited access. So they come in almost completely blind. There are no medicines we can give them. It's really, truly heartbreaking. It's a disease that if you control it, 98% of the time you can arrest the progression of it.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be somewhere where we can channel a lot of resources. But it seems like a massive undertaking. It seems like a change in culture, engaging the government, engaging the media into something that is so, so important. Why do you think it hasn't happened yet?
I'm not so sure. I think the government is the main leader that they have to take the problem, but at this time the government just will be partially involved in this situation. But I think after the last survey and the local Vision 2020 committee, maybe we can push the government to get every day more involved in this situation and understand that they are the main responsible to get a solution for the whole people, for the whole country, not only one community.
It seems like efforts like this have awakened the need for such services. I commend you in the work that you do. I know your clinic does a lot of great work, and I know Dr. Ron David has collaborated with your clinic and it's been able to make a big difference because of that. And we look forward to working with you in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.